Hi Aries, this is your second round of free weekly readings by me. I'm Lauren Taylor and this is Universe Within. Also, I didn't say it last week, but happy birthday Aries people. I know we only have like a week or so left of being in your sign. I think it ends on the 19th or something around there. 19th, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I didn't say happy birthday to you guys last week. Let's see what this week has in store for you. Aries. Oh, this is for the week of April 11th through the 17th. And for the sign of Aries. Okay. Okay, so for our first area we're looking at is our career and finance, and we have the Two of Earth and the Nine of Air. Okay, I'm feeling like this has like a serious note, or like just, yeah, I guess just kind of serious, down to business vibe to it. So all right, let's just get right into it. Okay, so for your career and finances, I'm getting the feeling that things are getting a little stale. Things are getting a little stale in maybe your job, or just like with your finances. You're not really losing money, but you're not really bringing money in. You're just kind of in the same spot, and you might be working like a dead-end job is what I'm getting. You're working maybe a dead-end job, and you're just kind of like feeling like you're stuck there, but you're not stuck, because this card is the card of like someone being kind of stuck in what they're doing, or things are kind of going stale. They're in this pool and it's not really getting any movement or like fresh water or anything added into it. It's but there's an ocean back here, so if they were to just turn around, they would see that they have tons of other opportunities if they wanted to venture out of their little pool there. They'd have a ton of opportunities. You don't have to feel like you're working a dead-end job, because you being stuck is all in your head. You can make the choice to get out of where you're at if you wanted to, and it looks like there's a ton of other avenues and a ton of other opportunities just waiting for you to discover them if you so choose. For home and health, we have the Seven of Fire, and I don't know who that came up for, but it came up for somebody last week also in the health department in the same exact spot. And then we have the Three of Air, which was kind of like a bonus card for, I think, Cancer last week. Okay. This is where it's kind of feeling a little serious. All right, this is somebody who is really just tired, but they're putting on a face for the world. But when they're alone and they're left to look at, their own reflection in themselves, they know that they're not happy, and they know that they're tired and sad and having kind of some of these negative thoughts and emotions, but they're so exhausted because they're putting on a different face for the rest of the world. And because of that, it might be causing them to recluse a little bit, and to want to stay at home a lot more and not interact with some of the people that they normally choose to interact with, because they're just so tired of keeping up with this front that everything's one way when really, on the inside it's another way. And that can be actually really damaging for your health if you're trying to keep up with something that doesn't feel natural, or doesn't, if you are kind of living two different lives. That's not really the way to put it, but it's like you're putting on a face for the world, and if you're doing that, it's really tiring, and you're getting to the point where you're kind of tired of it, and so you're just kind of not wanting to deal with the world. You're kind of staying in, and people who tend to stay in a lot, not everybody, of course, but people who tend to kind of recluse, they kind of don't feel the need to keep track of their hygiene. This is like a dirty guy. He's got bugs in his beard. His hair is unkempt. His clothes are wrinkly. And it's like he's just kind of turned his back on the rest of the world. Yeah. Okay, for romance and love, I'm going to come back to that, to the health and home in just a second, but I kind of want to get through the rest of the cards, and then I want to see how they all come together, because I'm just feeling like they're all going to come together. So I'm going to go through them, and then we'll come back to that in just a second. Okay, so for love and romance, we have the Elements, which is my Magician card. And then we have the Crone of Air. Okay, so this right here is somebody who's withholding information, or maybe information is being withheld. You could either be the one withholding the information, or information could be being withheld from you. And the Elements are having the tools both inside of yourself and outside of yourself, the resources, everything you need to make your decision, to go forward, to heal, just to make things happen. You have the power to do so. I'm feeling like the love life and the home life are kind of tying in with each other a little bit. Actually, yeah, I'm kind of feeling like now they're all kind of tying in together, even with the career and finances. It's just kind of like things are getting a little stale, and you're not wanting to maybe admit that. Yeah, this is somebody who's not really wanting to admit how they're quite feeling, so they're withholding how they're feeling from the rest of their world. I mean, obviously you're not worried about the entire world, but everybody has their own world that they live in a little bit, and so you're kind of wanting to hide your truth from the world. And that could be something small, and that could be something big. But I'm just getting this vibe that it's just getting serious now. It's getting to the point where it's starting to really affect your thoughts. And I mean, we have a little bit of each of the elements here, so it's kind of affecting every aspect. Every aspect here. Yeah. And so, I mean, if you're with somebody, yeah, if you're with somebody is withholding someone's holding back in the relationship. And it's a type of relationship where if both parties were putting everything into it, it would be successful, but they're not, because somebody is withholding the way that they truly feel in the matter, and they're just kind of not wanting to deal with it, and so until things are going to get stale is what I'm feeling. But okay, so for the outcome and the advice, we have the Four of Water and the World card. And the Four of Water kind of goes in with my element card, because this lady has all of the elements coming out of her. She has, you know, the tree for earth. She has fire in her hand. She has water, and then she has all this light coming out of her, which I think represents air. Oh, and there's like all these like bees and things around her to kind of represent the air. But she basically, what she's saying is she has everything within her. She has all this stuff to offer. And what she has to offer, once she realizes it, will nurture the world and will nurture her situation. But you can't hold it back. You have to, the world that you're in is the world that you've created. And you can kind of create your own bubble here, but you're a fire sign, so you should have the momentum to burst your own bubble and to break out of it, and to see that once you start living your truth, you'll create the world that you want. It's basically like you're holding yourself back because you're not wanting to look at maybe your truth in some of the areas of your life. And once you start doing that, you will realize that you have everything you need to move forward, and that you have everything you need to create the exact life that you are trying and wanting to create. Yeah, that's the message I'm getting. They're all kind of tied in with each other. It's just kind of like what I said. You're like what you're holding in, what you're holding back is affecting all areas of your life, and everything could go stale. But once you're starting, or maybe feels like it is going stale, but once you start living your truth and stepping into your own light, and realizing what it is that you have inside of you that's so special, you'll start creating the world around you that you really want. Yeah. All right, so let's pick an oracle card to give a little extra burst of energy for the week. I'm doing the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck again this week because I just feeling it. Some people don't believe in a divine feminine, but I think I'm just going to say that I do, and I believe in it very strongly. I believe in balance. I believe in the balance of duality, and I know that in order to create something, you have to have the two parts, you know what I mean? And I'm fully supportive of, I'm not talking physically, male and female, I'm fully supportive of everybody loving and expressing love in whatever way, shape, or form they feel, because we don't have enough love in whatever form it is in this world. So that's not what I'm getting at. I'm just getting at, energetically speaking, I believe in the balance between dualities. And so I do celebrate a divine feminine and a divine masculine energy, but they are one and the same. Kind of confusing, but if you want to go into my views on that further, send me a message and we can talk about it. Okay, this is the card for this week. Lakshmi. Some of these pronunciations I'm not so great at, but I think that's close. And it says, bright future, stop worrying, everything is going to be fine. And that totally makes me feel a lot better about this reading. But yeah, she's being it's funny that I was talking about the divine feminine energy, because this is kind of a very divine, I mean, this is a goddess deck, yes, but I have this card in my tarot deck, and it's my divine feminine card. And you don't have to be a physical female to recognize your divine femininity, and that's something I encourage everybody to go in and explore. One of the major energetic points of your divine femininity is your sexuality. And that's something that I think needs to be celebrated more. Instead of reclusing, let that part of you shine out. I'm not saying go around and be like promiscuous, but it's just kind of like let your inner beauty come out, instead of what this reading has been saying is that you're kind of wanting to pull in a little bit and reserve yourself, and you're kind of maybe guessing yourself, and not letting your true colors shine. Well, this is saying let your true colors absolutely shine, because that's what's going to help you create, like what was going on here. The more that you open up and the more that you let your true colors shine, and you start living your truth and letting your light shine, you're going to create the future that you want. Yeah. And so don't worry, don't get so caught up in your head this week, to the point where you're holding back and your headspace is keeping you kind of stagnant. Don't let that happen. Let everything flow. Let your inner truth flow, and I think, yeah, your future will be extremely bright. Okay, so that's it for this week, you guys. Continue with the feedback, because I want to keep this interactive. And of course, if you would like a personal reading from me, message me, and I would love to do that for you. And we can just go deeper on any situation that you want. And yeah, so have a good week, you guys, and I will see you again next week.